Good afternoon / evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream tonight. This is the start of triple header of games featuring an awful lot of ducks and an awful lot of verticality. We got two Quackheads matches, two Vertigo matches today. But we're starting off first with Quackheads and Vibers. About to face off here in week 9 on this Thursday. If I am correct, let's see. As is often the case, just kind of wicking myself up into these games early for me, but not too early to stream, of course. And I realize it's almost noon time in my local time. Don't judge! But hello everyone in the Twitch chat. Welcome, welcome. And anyone joining also later in the VODs. So, teams are all in here, ready to go soon. Hopefully they've already been pinged and informed. Got these matches back to back to back, just one after the other, 30-minute intervals or so. So ideally, we'll get started before too long. Oh, that's not good. Don't know if you saw that on stream, but that was one of those, I don't even know what you call it, those instances of just the disc going all haywire. I'm hoping that was just a one-time thing, but you never know. Looks like Vibers actually just lost somebody that was there. Granted, it was, I think, Lime or something, so I'm not sure if that was just a warm-up player or they're dealing with a sub today or what the case is, but ideally they'll be back soon. So Danimal over in the chat asking who the underdog is here. Well, if you base it on the connoisseur vote, you have 11 in favor of Vibers, 2 in favor of Quackheads here. Granted, stat-wise, I mean, you can see the records as well as the MMRs there on the screen for you. It's actually Quackheads with the 8-8 record, 1190 MMRs, so they're just a slight level above, 10 points give or take above Vibers there with a 7-9 record. Now that said, Vibers are not quite the same team that they were when the season began, and they've been putting on more wins lately here. So it depends what you want to judge by. You want to judge by the fan votes, they would say Vibers are favored. But Quackheads, on any given day, they can pop off. You know, you have the great defensive players there, as well as the brawling. I know Quackheads, one of the more capable brawler teams of the league. As we do get ready here to joust. So, off to the first round. Welcome, everybody.
12, 7, 10, 9.
Take it back. So we got a rematch. Don't know why exactly. Maybe something was off for the rules. But over on the Vibers side, we have BK, Aries, Finn, and Lime. So Lime, maybe a sub or just maybe they got a name change. Don't believe that's a full-time rostered member or anything. In fact, I'll check real quick. Yeah, so Pyromane is their other main rostered player. So either that's Pyro or Emil, actually. Could be Emil too. Oh, it is. Lime is Emil backwards. How about that? I caught on. It took a minute. So likely that Lime is Emil there. Just decided to change the name. But for today then, it is indeed Lime. Join in for the match. Now, here we go. Quackheads over on the orange side. Middleman 82, Irony Man, Gobshite, and Bad Internet. And the launch this time is indeed underway. And here we go. So first one taken by, well, nobody for the meantime as it goes over to the Quackhead side of the floor. Middleman gets the disc, sends it over to the left mid area where it's taken back by Aries. Aries trying to go for that pass over to the wedge. Going to be just off and slung out there by Bad Internet. So stacks coming through. Irony first to recover that. Looking for a pass up top, ducking through a pile of defenders. coming right up on him and on his feet there, trying to just deal the damage as they go for the shot, but saved out by Finn, taken from deep out there on that shot. So good save, and off into the races it goes as recovered first by Gob, slings it backwards, but only to the awaiting hands of Lime. So Lime goes to the pack area, down to the barrier, another good cutoff, bad internet this time, losing the disc and knocking it off, and slinging it, slapping it that is, over to the mid area as some more stacks come through. So a lot of quick changes of possessions here, neither team really holding on for terribly long, but Emil / Lime going through for that shot attempt, going to be off on that one. See Alakost hopping in as well, welcome to the chats. So Ares taking the disc, going to be contested by Gob. Gob having it stolen there, a bad internet on the interception, looking for that immediate boost with Gob. So there's a pair of players for both teams. Contesting it is that stack, Gobshite, and bad internet trying to get that one, but then the next stack from BK, as well as Ares getting back. So just the quickness, both ends of the floor. And an awful lot of just slapping it through and boost, and neither team holding on for very long as it changes possessions possibly more times than I've seen in just a period of 2 minutes. Let me see here as that disc goes into the bottom of the floor, and BK takes the disc away. See if they can get an anchor, now looking to make that passing play right across as the dives come out. Finn takes it in, middleman rejects it. So 2 saves, one from Finn, one from middleman. And just pulling up possession time there. I mean, yeah, it's just back and forth again. Neither team really getting a substantial lead on that. And another save from middleman. Substantial saves from him, as is typically the case. Over and over. Goalkeeping all day long as he gets one more dive out on that pass attempt, but couldn't get the clear. So gotta love the defense being played there as that one goes just off the mark. Irony taken away. And maybe looking to capitalize here on that great defense from middleman if they can get back fast on the stack. They will, in fact. Bad internet, though, has it snagged out by Finn. Finn gets the clear up into the top pocket. So now Lime with a disc. Trying to line up something here. But looks like it's going to be more of that ping pong play for just a few more minutes. Perhaps. Or maybe I'm just trying to caster's curse it. On purpose, though. I don't think that's how it works. Now Ares in the tunnel will go for that deep shot. Gonna bounce mighty close, but not quite in. But rebounded by Lime. And getting the goal finally after a few minutes of play there. 3:30 expired in that clock before we got our first score from Lime, aka Emil. Or for all I know, maybe it could be Pyro. Pyro naming himself the anti-Emil. I don't know. But I can only assume. So Quackhead's trying to get the rebuttal off here as Finn takes a disc right back in the midline. Getting stuck here for just a moment, but taken right back once again by Quackheads. But not for too long. So Viber's going for it. That's a very quick shot. Just taken out there by Irony of this time. Different man, but still the goalkeeping skills for both these guys. You stop that. A lot of defense being played here. The goal for middleman now with yet another grab. He's on point tonight with just the precision on those. Going in again this time. And just digging it off. Another attempt will go deep into the back line, actually, off that missed pass. So cleared out, but the quicker stacks get back there first. Middleman doing some work today, though. Gotta say, it's not a surprising thing to see him put on those saves, but I mean, already in 5 minutes, that's 3 or 4 of them. So doing a great job there as another grab goes out for bad internet. Bad internet getting it back, but sending it back to Ares. He's getting stunned. And then stuns going out that way to bad internet as well, just to keep the theme up. Man, I think I gotta stay out here almost. this far back. It's hard to keep track of that disc. It's going so back and forth at the moment as it goes over back to the hands of Aries. He's going to have a diving play. Actually, no, just anchors, but dings off. And that's kind of the problem with having a great goalie in there. So it really makes you think about your shots as Middleman saves it again. That's his 4th, maybe 5th save. Had so many that I'm losing count already. Almost a save per minute, perhaps, for Middleman. Ridiculous. Aries again with a pass. Another one! What is happening here? That one might have been off the head. Doesn't matter. It's a save all the same. And he is just losing his mind, and not so am I on the defensive end. But the question is, can Quackheads get the offense going? They need a clear. They need a boost. They need something. Because it's sticking on this side of the floor now for way too long. And there it is. There's a clear. There's the defense. Want to see them pull off something here on offense. It's Irony taking that one away. Looking for the pass to Gob over at the barrier. Just missing that one. So back into the mid lane it'll go. Having it taken away. Nice grab by Bad Internet as he sends a deep one that just stings off. Very close. So Middleman, the defensive hero of round 1. Trying to approach here on offense. Irony losing that disc. And into the goal there off a good rebound from Bad Internet. In the right place to tie it up.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teams entering the arena.
Shepard and rest of chat as well. Meatballer and Daniel and Alakos all appreciating those skills from Middleman. Saying he's going ham in the goal. Quite right. Quite right. See if he can go ham on the goal again here, except for offense. Guess not. Will be intercepted, though. And maybe, but no. Bad Internet's there. He's been doing well on the brawling end, just bothering with a lot of those punches, but having it taken away there, maybe holding on for it, or holding on to it a little bit too long. So there goes the stacks again. First on that approach. Lime. And finds enough time for the 3-point line. 5-2. Defense had just got back, but not enough to really reorganize. It just got back into the goal, barely turned around, and suddenly that shot was there. So good placement by Lime. Just on that outer edge. Not a large window at all. And I would not have been surprised to see another save from Middleman there. So
Orange throws it way downfield.
yeah, luckily for them, they got it through. But on the other side, another turnover here. Clear boost. All 4 players from Vibers getting back at once, recovering, but Bad Internet, another good grab. He's had several of those. He's almost the middleman of the midline as they try to find the goal. Cannot do it a second time there. Or third time, I suppose. As multiple stacks go out. Again, the Vibers here acting quickly. But even quicker. Nice stun there. It's Bad Internet and Irony Man putting out some punches as Gob looks to recover this, but is going to be contested pretty heavily there by some defense. Now Aries gets a clear, and the pile-ups form again. I mentioned before the stream how Quackheads are one of those teams here in Europe who will gladly go for the brawls more often than not at times, but Finn finds just the open goal, so that time maybe the brawls causing Quackheads a bit as they could not get back into the goal to protect it from that 3. And Finn does get that shot. Not too dissimilar from the Lime shot from the other side there, just from that corner slice. So well played to Vibers, starting to pull away here. I know, missing the disc, and that's going to be very unfortunate as they get punished for the 3 now. Vibers, 11-2. Stuck around that low scoring. First of 0-0 for the first 3.5 minutes, then it was 2-2 for another couple. But sure enough, as the match went on, Vibers starting to pull away here with perhaps one last launch out and maybe one last score if they can act quickly. So Irony hopping up, just one more cross pass, and not quite enough time. Almost had that one. But first round going to Vibers, 11-2, and just the breakaway goals for Vibers paying dividends there. After some otherwise amazing defense from Quackheads and Middleman, especially in the goal. But Irony Man had one as well, and lots of punches from Bad Internet. So very collective defensive effort, but But yeah, just kind of stifled there as far as getting their offense going off that defense. So taking a look at it here for the stats, we got ourselves, well, again, 7 saves in 1 round. And it might have been more, quite frankly, from Middleman. Either way, though, absolutely ridiculous. All I got to say. Bad internet with the 2 points, lone 2 points, but 2 saves, 2 steals, 20 stuns, so nice stat line for him. Over on the Vibers side, it's a Lime, 5 points. That breakaway 3, Finn had a breakaway 3 as well for those 3 points, and 3 saves for Finn as well. Aries with 3 points, BK with 5 steals. Couldn't really get through the full stat lines, apologies there. It does take me a little bit of extra time now to get the stats read just because of the screenshots and whatnot, so. Can't always get through all the stats in the earlier rounds, once the game ends though, sure. Over here, it'll be the second round start, however, with Vibers launching off, taking first possession. Not for too long, bad internet gets that disc, clears it through. And that one's gonna go pretty close to the goal actually, as Middleman snags it out and just guarantees the shot as it floated by, and that will be a first 2 for Quackhead, so getting started the right way here. Right off that first joust, just 16 seconds in, essentially, so not too much time wasted this time to get the first score compared to round 1. So Finn launching out, and Vibers looking to connect on some more passes and perhaps shots. Of course, as I was trying to mention earlier too, as a nice defensive play goes out. Who is that Middleman this time in the mid line? So the middle line goes right down the middle for the 3 now. Bad internet. Good connection. And it's 5 quick points now. Another 16 seconds off the clock on that particular play. So consistency from Quackheads, if nothing else. Nice job to start off this second round. So Lime just missing that, or actually, never mind, I take it back. Taking that as BK off of that. Good passing play. Nice passing plays, in fact, but just the shot attempt slightly dinged. And this is what I was trying to get at, is just having some good defensive players at goal like that. It's going to make it very difficult on offense. They're going to be thinking about it. And you can see, because right now, as they go in for one more shot, Middleman again! Absolutely a brick wall on defense, letting nothing through. He is ridiculous tonight, just absolutely on point, as that 3-point shot is saved out by Gob this time. Seriously, some phenomenal defense coming from Middleman. He is saving everything, and a bag of chips, as bad internet just loses it off of the backboard, actually off the barrier. That is a save, but having it stolen away is Aries. You can make a highlight reel alone, a season's highlight reel, just of this first 13 minutes of play for Middleman. He had one of those moments, too, back in preseason that was highlighted where he had something like a dozen saves maybe across a match, and he had, I think, like 4 maybe in a 2-minute period, and that kind of made the popular highlights page, the clips. But just off of this first round and a half alone, I would say definitely superseding that. The highlights from preseason, just amazing effort. At the moment, the boost coming through as Emil / Lime and Aries go through for it. On the other stack, is lost off the head, actually, so Middle takes it away. That's almost an accurate shot as well. Very quick one, but recovered by Finn. And Finn sending it through to the other side again, where Irony Man awaits and takes a disc. So by the by, we do have another 2 matches, as I mentioned earlier on, coming up. Next one will be Vertigo versus Phantoms. I'm still stuck in that habit at time. Phantoms. So that'll be following immediately after this match. And then after that one, we'll be seeing Quackheads again facing off against Vertigo. So double the ducks, double the verticality for the matches here in Europe today. As Lime gets it clear right into the boosted BK. And BK finds a 3-point goal. Wide open there, and that's a lot of what Vibers were doing in round 1 to get ahead of the game towards the end there. They found some breakaway threes and, you know, got them at least 6 points, if not more, off of that, just the breakaway goals. That's pretty much the only way that they can get goals is when Middleman is way outside of the goal. Otherwise, anytime that Quackheads has their defense set, they're just denying over and over and over. So Middleman gets that pass off to Bad Internet. Bad Internet, another good pass to Irony. Trying for those slow plays. Soft pass will be collected off the bounce, and always a good thing when you throw it soft enough that makes it easy to accommodate for. Going off the backboard, they accommodate for that. Bad Internet BTW. Trying to lead his team to a W in the second round here. 5.5 remaining.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round has begun.
So launching out, Lime over to BK. Finn taking a short range boost as Vibers just try to take advantage, but Bad Internet playing that mid line as he does so very well. And the immediate boost does drag both the backline defenders out for Quackhead. So now goal is exposed, and as I said earlier, the only time that they paid is when that goal is exposed, but Gob slings it behind his head just in time, getting back on defense. BK, pass over to Aries, and cross missing. So Irony slings it through, a intercept by BK. BK going to be contested by Irony, going top of the backboard over to the shoulder. Finn, one more pass down the middle, and there's the middle again. He is a absolute monster defensive beast. What more can you say? What can you call him? Absolutely intense, phenomenal effort by Middleman as that shot actually goes very, very close to the goal. Here comes the plays here, the defense players, that is Lime in the goal. That's going to be a pass up to Irony. Irony might have himself a one-on-one if he takes advantage, but now the defense retreating, collapsing on the goal. There's Bad Internet getting the 2. 9-3 for Quackheads. Much more effective offensive round here in the second. But predicated off of what? Middleman at the goal, and unfortunately looks like they just lost a player, and I couldn't get the stats up in time. That is a sad day for me. I didn't notice it in time, but so we'll get a reset here as we await the return of Gobshite, it looks like, dropping out. So we'll see what the count is by the end of this, but Middleman has to be up to 8 or 9 saves or so. He had 7 at the end of round 1, at least, that was counted. So we'll see where that goes. And there's Gob joining us back here. But very well may be the, without exaggeration, may very well be the most impressive single match goalie effort I think I've seen, period. I don't, again, these aren't, it's not like he's just stopping these shots going off from the 3-point line. No, these are all of these saves just about, maybe except for the one that was near here in the anchor shot. I think every other save has been just head on, whether it was behind or in front of the backboard. I mean, you're talking just within a body's length of Middleman, and he's getting these saves over and over. So at the moment, I don't know what Vibers need to do to break through this wall, but it is definitely a just absolutely intense, unstoppable defensive wall at the moment. I maybe need to start bringing up some players on Middleman. The thing is, he gets saves like that too, so I'm not even sure what they can do, but they need to start running interference on him, start waiting for him to be punched out before they attempt a shot. Then again, knowing him, he'll make a save with his head or even his feet somehow. Don't doubt him, he will. But having some crazy games at the moment. All right, so I'm being asked what the scores were. No idea. I can check on the VODs, but yeah, definitely. Little note to the players: if they restart, definitely take note of the time. If they restart, definitely take note. As I get my voice echoing there because I'm checking the VOD. But yes. So enjoy the double dose of Palidore for a couple seconds there. Let's see. But yeah, definitely always operate under the assumption that you're not being casted, despite the fact that we always almost are. But for those times that we aren't, definitely handy for players to keep track of the scores as well as the times on their own accord. Because just as well, spectator actually doesn't get the notification when the restart occurs. Like, they don't get a ding sound. Let's see. It looks like it was 9 and 3. How much time was left? 9 and 3, about 3:50, it seems. All right. Ping the teams with said scores. And there we go. All right. Looks like they're opting for 334, which fine by me. Either or. Let's see what goes on right here.
Orange team ready.
So again, for those joining us, this is round 2. Quackheads looking to force that round 3. So we did have a game scheduled there with Phantoms and and Vertigo coming up next. However, that's scheduled to start in 3 minutes, and we may very well get a round 3. So I don't know if any of the players from Vertigo or Phantoms are listening. If you wish to wait, I will stream you. If you wish to just start without me and play the game, also completely fine. No worries. But this will be a match potentially heading into... I don't want to jinx it because, again, Vibers, they're fully capable of coming back here, and especially off of that brief timeout of sorts. You never know. That could very well be a comeback for them. But Bad Internet is going to try his very, very best to deny that one and gets a great clear, a great boost, a great shot from Gob. So 11-3 and further on the separation.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
So starting to pull away.
4, 3.
2:46 remaining, still some time. Not a lot of it. As Finn makes a play here for that QB and rollout. Just taken back by Irony Man. Swift in the chat hopping in, saying, Emil's name seems to have reversed. Yes, indeed. Took me a minute, but I did catch on to that just before the game began. I was kind of wondering, is he a sub, a new rostered member? Oh, wait, no. That's just Emil spelled backwards. So, yeah, Bad Internet takes it over here. Looking for that open lane. Not very open, though, because there's Lime, the man of the minute we're talking about, as Ares takes it away. So, Emil again on that clear, but Gobshite's going to get that soft clear. Not a lot of strength, but Loka gets it back. BK going to have himself an open goal. Will barely miss off, but Finn speedily coming through, looking to tap off here, and maybe just send actually a pass over there, diving in, and finally, Ares gets the shot off a good assist from Finn. But my goodness, how many attempts have they had that have just been denied, and finally they get one through middleman there, but it's been an almost impossible Herculean task just to do that. So they do get it with 1 minute 30 and less remaining. Quackheads here not wanting to concede any open threes especially, so that could be very, very bad. Oh, and it is. Finn gets the shot. So for Quackheads there, definitely needing to recognize the time of being on their side, at least before that, because they were ahead by a solid 6 points prior, and even before that, 8 points I think it was, maybe 9. And again, so the goal being left open, I think. This one luckily is, almost going to go in. I was going to say, clock management there. They don't want to give up any threes for as good as their goalkeeping has been. This more than ever, now is the time with this much time left on the clock. They just want to be in goal. Do not give up any threes. Make them score twice in order to beat you if that's the case. So don't concede another one here as they will go for a 2. There's the backboard shot going in for a Lime, and it's actually going to be a 3. Wow, it's a tie-up game. So in a game where Quackheads were ahead by what seemed like an insurmountable lead, it's going to be a tie here, forcing maybe an overtime with only 13 seconds left, and momentum now somehow shifting towards Viber's side. Very, very unexpectedly. Let's see if Quackheads can just collect themselves and come back here. Looks like with one more pass, it will be indeed an OT. So, very unexpected turn of events, but here we go. Overtime. Viber's looking to come back with some strength.
12, 11,
Alakos asking why the restart happened. Gobshite had disconnected, that's why.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So overtime underway, quick joust. See what Quackheads are able to do. Definitely
Throws it way
from a spectator standpoint, just after all the heroics and after that lead, you know, you want to see the game threes. You want to see them come back with this one. Gob needs to get rid of it fast, but a shot, oh no, from Finn will absolutely win. And most unexpected off of what was a dominating effort from Quackheads in the second round. And yet Viber is coming back to take it 13-11 in overtime. What a turnaround, what a comeback. And I know it has to be...
Chill out, you were playing insane. Yeah, middleman, you're insane.
Exactly. Just insane effort there from middleman and defense there from Quackheads, playing dividends over and over. But yeah, at the end it was a Vibers comeback, so unexpected and yet so clutch from Vibers. Finn getting that win in overtime. And just wow, what a match though. Again, just a career highlight worthy game from middleman. As I said, has to be the best, I think, defensive effort I've seen from a single person in a single match. Without exaggeration, I don't think I've seen that many just head-on goals saved over and over and over. He was a force. So super impressive from middleman. Unfortunately, because of the reset, we don't really have much stats to show. But in any case, we do have the next game coming up really quick, so we won't dwell here too long on that note. Just some of those late game threes is what killed it. About a minute left, up by 6, but leaving the goal open, you know, for that first three, enabled that second three afterwards, and just kind of piled on from there. Viber's got that momentum. But yes, so next matchup will be coming up right quick, and that's going to be Vertigo versus the Phantoms. Let's see if I got an invite. Hopefully, looks like I do not. So I'm not sure if they started or not. I'll try and ping them and just see what the deal is there. Oops, ping the wrong team. Trying to multitask here. And, oh, actually, I just got an invite from Kai. Okay, so it looks like we will indeed be going to the game. Luckily, they didn't start. So on that note, quick intermission. We'll be right back in just a moment. So, BRB. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. After that brief break, this is our second match here for Europe about to start. Following that wild game, don't know how else to describe it between Quackheads and Vibers. That was just. I'm still in slight shock from what I witnessed. Had to pop out of there fairly quickly because I didn't want to delay the second game too much. And that aside, we also had that reset between, towards the end of round 2, so I didn't have a lot of stats to read anyway. But I'm very curious to go back later. Maybe someone will add that up, or I will if no one else. But I'm very curious on how many saves were had by middle across the 2 rounds now. Just insanity, man. Insanity. A late comeback though from Vibers. And Quackheads were definitely looking solid and in control to maybe force that round 3, but just some late game 3s, unfortunately. So only thing in that round really was just that kind of the clock management at the end. And I know possibly just the timeout, because they did have for Quackheads they had Gob dropping out there, crashing towards the end, hence the restart. So that could have maybe been disruptive, to the rhythm that they were in, because they were in a good rhythm. But yeah, it just kind of came down to those 3s towards the end. So definitely some clock management, but otherwise, I mean, that's going to happen from time to time. Don't get me wrong, I've been there. I've done some silly things in numerous games in the past, so not judging, just saying, just commenting. But I definitely tough aspect of the game, but it was an exciting match, and it was shout out to Vibers for being able to mount that comeback where it seemed like they were just going to have to concede it and go into a 3rd round and try and hunker down, regather their thoughts and their good rhythm. But no, they just proved that they're capable of closing it out with some clutch plays, and they got it done. But it was an exciting watch, nonetheless. Hope someone clips all those great highlights. I mean, I've got most of them clipped myself for the instant replays, I think. So definitely for those who want to, or for those who aren't aware, I do have that highlights drive where I upload for every game, every match that I cast, which is to say probably like 220 so far in this season. All the matches are on the Google Highlights drive that I had uploaded. So you can check that out. They can check the link to that in the announcements channel of the League Announcements channel in the main Echo Discord there. It's one of the pinned messages. But yes, I upload all the instant replay highlights for your viewing and or content pleasures. So if you guys like making highlight videos, compilations, what have you, or if you just like getting timestamps for when all the relevant things occurred, so you can go into Twitch and then clip it yourself and maybe get longer clips, things like that. That's an available resource for everyone to use at their disposal as they wish. Swift saying, I should make a mega montage. Well, he should make a mega montage with literally every highlight. It would be 40 minutes long. Probably, yeah. I mean, each highlight clip is 11 seconds. And I try to clip generally every save as well. I don't always get them, but I get most saves if I can remember to press the button. But I get most of them. I'm pretty sure I got most, if not all, of Middleman saves. But yes, all right, so round 1. Starting here, Phantoms and Vertigo now. So welcome to the stream. Phantoms here, the sole undefeated team in this league now, with just an absolutely dominant record of 16-0. Vertigo, not too shabby themselves. I should probably mute the comms, shouldn't I? Forgot that some of these teams opt with the open comms and they mute each other, so I'll just probably leave that muted for now. But over here, trying to go for a pass to Nillywick, and gets it right into the bottom through the feet there of Kai, right as he gets stunned. So Phantoms off here with the first goal.
9, 8, 7, 6,
Got Oscar Alvarez
3.
in the chat cheering on Phantoms. Go Phantoms!
Here we go.
Vertigo is a great team. They've been impressing as of late, but goes without saying, Phantoms have just been on a whole other level, going on a tear across the season. So Vertigo trying to challenge that here with some plays. If they can go for that cross, just going to be taken off by Torin. Maybe the boost not fast enough, but either or.
Sends it back the other way.
You know, Vertigo, they've been, as I said in their last match, I believe it was yesterday even perhaps. And when Vertigo's on, they're on. They have some great teamwork, some great speed.
Intercepted.
You know, it's just a matter of the consistency across the 3 rounds. When they can get it going, they just roll. But Phantom's going to be obviously the toughest test for just about any team here in this league. Doesn't matter the region. Had it not been for pings, I would love to see a challenge match or just a match in general, even just a show match for you know, no special occasion, just to see that Phantoms here coming in. Nillywick with a 2, but Phantoms against a team like, you know, Kangarillas or Joker or you know, Infinite. I mean, a lot of different teams, Illuminati. It'd be fun to see. I know players don't really love that idea because of the ping, and understandably so, but you know, just from a spectator's standpoint, it'd be interesting to see how Phantoms do, because I do think, you know, and there's history there obviously in season 3 of VRL, but I do think, you know, in a situation where ping wasn't an issue, I mean, Phantoms would no doubt be a top team in North America as well, or if in a you know, cross-region kind of challenge. They would absolutely be up there in the top 3 somewhere. Couldn't tell you for sure where, but I feel like they're definitely a top 3 team worldwide. And off there, 3-point shots. Not wide at all, but right on line. It's Sundance. 7 points now for Phantoms.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got a Ninja Knight in the chat there saying Phantoms haven't played, or you have played against them just earlier on, as Phantoms do intercept. Meatballer calling the first loss here for Phantoms. Maybe. It's not out of the question. I mean, they've came close a couple times to conceding some of these rounds against these teams. But overall, just dominating a lot based on great, I mean, between the speed, the passing, and the positioning. Phantoms really check all the boxes. I mean, if there's one thing the Phantoms have been lacking over the weeks, honestly, just the 3-point shot. They've had a lot of like these 3-point misses. I think that's the only weakness I could point out. And that said, it doesn't even matter, because even when they miss the 3s, they very, very frequently get their own rebounds. So they miss it, but then there's someone positioned on the other side to rebound it, and they'll get another chance at it. So even their weakness isn't really that much of a weakness at all, as Torin dives through, but a great grab by Kai. Look at that defensive play. Torin thinking he had the layup, but instead taken out and sent into the midline where Maddie recovers. Meatballer and Ninja Knight saying, I don't know, I just want Phantoms to finally lose. Well, I understand. Believe me, as that shot just goes a little to the post, cornered, but maybe backed out here and rebounded by Sanch. Believe me, I know what it's like. To have everyone wanting your team to lose. So it makes sense, especially now as a spectator, as a caster. Now, I understand. Always rooting for those underdogs. You want to see the upsets happen. Definitely from an objective standpoint, cannot deny the tear that Phantoms have been on. They have been just unbelievably solid on every possible aspect, just about. But from an entertainment perspective, yeah, you want to see the undefeated teams lose. You want to see those dominant teams fall. And falling for a shot. Few different goalies there diving out and trying to contest the disc, so Twang Pants gets the goal. First 2 here for Vertigo. And one day it just may happen, though, that defeat. That's why, another reason why we cast these, aside of the great gameplay we see from Phantoms. You know, there's also the factor of, hey, one of these days they will drop a game, surely, right? Might not be today, might be tomorrow, but eventually. Law of averages. They're due a bad game at some point. Maybe. Damis here, taking that disc away, sending a pass over to Kai. Kai briefly uncontested in the corner, but Maddie getting a light boost and will close off any potential shooting lanes nicely. As it gets stolen, actually, by the Pac-Man, and Torin's going to reset here to Maddie. Maddie now a pass over to Nillywick. Nillywick lining up that deep shot. Will be off as it gets taken by Twang. So last time that the Phantoms and Vertigo did play, it's actually been quite a while looking at it right now. February 27th, and that series did end actually, let's see, 31-18 on the total differential across the 2 rounds. So, I mean, honestly, not a bad job last time around as they take advantage of an open 3. Maybe a little miscommunication there. Just trying to play out there for Phantoms and doing the right thing as well. Kind of holding the disc back, forcing the defense out of the bubble. You know, playing from behind, they need to play aggressively on defense. So, again, Phantoms doing the right thing meta-wise, trying to get themselves the most open goals possible. 12-2 lead now. But yes, as I was mentioning, I mean, Vertigo, last time they faced Phantoms over a month ago, they still gave him a handful. And giving him another handful with a dunk, it's Sanch. A nice take and a nice make. 12-4 here. But yeah, and that last matchup, the first round in February 27th was 20-10 favoring Phantoms. Second round was 11-8. Definitely nothing to scoff at. I mean, anyone who can make a round just a 3-point differential versus Phantoms is a team that's capable of beating them. Straight up. So going straight up here on that disc, trying to recover it is Maddie, but the nice shield there from Damus. Sanch on the other side recovers, has himself the open shot. That could have made the game very interesting there with 2 minutes left. Would have brought it 12-7. But Vertigo still getting the disc back and sending a gentle one. But unexpected on the defense. Maddie just hanging way back there and cannot do anything but applaud that shot off the backboard. 3 points, 15-4. Maddie heating up a little. So great contest and just the gentle backboard shot. Very nice. Nuclear in the chat appreciating that one as well. Ninja-like, says Ninja Knight. And, well, and I guess he would know. The Ninja stamp of approval right there as the stacks go out. Torin collecting first. Damus in the goal. Oh, and denies. Actually, no. Headbutts. So it's still a 3, in fact. I guess denying credit towards the Phantoms player, but still going to be 18 points nonetheless. So almost got these saved, but headbutted it in himself. So good hit there with 1 minute left, 18-4. Vertigo, the quick rollout, just narrowly avoiding. You can see Damus trying to contest that stack, but it's so dangerous here and tough to do. So many teams struggling to face off against Phantoms, double stack on those launches. Just have so much speed, but that shot's off the corner, taken back by Nilly. So Maddie receives that one. There's the passes again. Just very patient, very careful. Torin needing to get rid of that because of Twang Pants and Kai. Their stack coming through nicely to cause a turnover. Getting the clear now, missing the hands on the pass. Torin and getting bothered by Twang again. So some good defense here from Vertigo, bothering the stacks. So their redirects are very fast. But not too much time now to do much more damage. They're going to try. There's Kai again. So again with a more midline aggression. Definitely making them work. And I think that's the best you can hope for against Phantoms. I know it's kind of one of the tough things. It's hard to, I guess, recommend. Because I know as a player you feel like you don't want to play too aggressive on the midline, concede potential open threes and things like that. But as this game does close out in the first round, 18-4. So I'll get back to my point in a moment, but let me get the scores right down for you first. All right, so going to the highlight screen, the stats screen, see what we got to work with there. Got lead from Natty with 8 points, 1 assist, 11 stuns. Sundance with 3 points, 9 stuns. Torin with 3 assists, helping out his teammates there with the feeds, as well as 1 save and 3 stuns. Nillywick with 4 points, 9 stuns. For Vertigo, it's 2 points apiece for Twang and Sanch. Everyone on Vertigo has at least 1 save, 2 to Kai, and then the stuns between them. winning out a little bit in that department. Twang Pants with 8, Damus with 12, Sanch with 10, and Kai with 12. So mentioned that mid lane defense and brawling, they're doing a good job of that. All right, so getting back to my point though, now I know it's something that's hard to grasp, but I think if you're facing Phantoms, just based on history and what I've seen, like you really do want to play aggressive on them. The thing is, I know that playing too many people out of goal, yes, you're gonna concede some open threes, but as I mentioned, I think that's the one area that the Phantoms haven't been as consistent in. If there's anything, it's not like it's a weakness. But if there's any single thing about the Phantoms that I can point out they don't do just about perfectly, it's the three-point shots as of late. And basically, if Phantoms can get into the bubble and work their positioning and their passing game, like if they get anywhere near that two-point zone, more often than not, as Kai gets the score, very nice actually, going head-to-head with a Nillywicket goal. But anytime Phantoms gets it into the bubble of the other team, it's over. More often than not, their passing is so crisp, and they're so good at positioning for the rebounds too that once they're deep into the defense's side of the floor, it's over. They score almost every single time. So I'd be really curious to see teams there starting to play super aggressively and force Phantoms to take those open threes, force Phantoms to make quicker passes in the mid lane, because that's about the only place that they maybe can catch them off guard. Right there with a soft shot, Nillywick, the precision. Only 8 meters per second, but it was, again, enough touch on it, enough softness that it enabled him the shot. And again, I know, open three, it was conceded, but, you know, got to test them. Force them to prove that they can hit those consistently, and if they can, then fair play to Phantoms. But right now, all these other teams who are going up against them, and they're just incredibly efficient offense inside the bubble, I mean, the record speaks for itself, 16-0. So I think, you know, try some different things and force them to take threes like that. Just play aggressively, force them to play their passing game outside, make some longer passes out here instead of these short-range passes they get around bubble. But anyway, that's just my input. Not saying I'm right, but it's just an observation, because casted most of these Phantoms games, and they're just incredible on that passing game and inside the bubble. So I'm curious is all. But over here, Damus taking it away. Vertigo looking to make a play. There's Kai from the backboard area trying to go for the rebound, but just unable to. Twang Pants contesting. Nillywick gets that disc right back, going to the tunnel. Might have himself that open shot. And actually maybe a self-pass. Actually, no, Twang Pants taking it back off the good speed there. So taking it here and dishing it off to Kai. So pass to Twang, some clever handwork maneuvering around, but the pass too far astray and will be taken away by Maddie and Torin on that stack. Couldn't get the boost, however. So that results in the take back by Vertigo, but right into the mid lane, finding the hands of Torin. So Torin going to walk it up here as they position out. And going for that pass to Nilly. Nilly the fake, and he takes it for the 2. 5 points here for Phantoms in the second round.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
So a few minutes expired off the clock.
6,
Vertigo's still very much in this, however. And again, for those joining us, we have one more match following this. We'll actually be following Vertigo into their second match of the day, facing off against Quackheads, who we also saw just about half an hour ago. So turnover here going to Phantoms' way. Back into the pockets. A few different Phantoms players bunched up. And losing the disc. So here, this is kind of what I'm saying. If a Vertigo, which they've been doing a good job in across the rounds, just continue to pressure even more here on the mid line and force these longer passes and these quicker passes. At least make Phantoms vary it up on their offense. And just do stuff that they haven't been forced to do too much. So I did see that from going back to preseason as well, when you had teams like Blast and Team Gravity really contesting Phantoms and making them work hard and winning out in some of those games as well. It was often because between teams like Blast and Team Gravity, what they were doing differently is they were pressuring hard and they were forcing Phantoms to play a game they're unfamiliar of, which is to say playing deep out here in the midline and quicker passes than they're used to doing. Right there, shot was had really nice from Kai, skying through it and getting a fadeaway. So 5-5, tied up. Nicely done by Kai and Vertigo. Meatballer saying that was clean, very clean, and a nice leech from Kai, says Swift. Now on that note too, Team Gravity is actually back in the mix. They are active once again. Had Simon and Lewis rejoining. I was informed that Viatrex might not be playing for a little bit, but nonetheless, most of Team Gravity going to be back in it, and that's going to be fun to watch. Excited to have the preseason champions back after that brief hiatus of sorts. Over 1 month it was.
Blue team has the disc.
So loose disc, 4:44 left in this one. And Nillywick taking it over. Swift saying it's actually pronounced Q, really? Well, what, Kai? If so, I've never been told, and that's after how many months of saying it Kai? Either way, there goes Nillywick, really quick with the go. 7-5, taking it head on. You know, I'll have to, I'll verify, but I mean I believe you, but I'm just surprised I was never corrected before. It's been so long, and as a result, I feel so bad. I don't like pronouncing people's names wrong. But yeah, I'll have to verify and then make my apologies if so. Even if he doesn't care, I care. Either or though, Twang Pants takes his disc here for Vertigo, looking for the pass to Sanch it was, and Torin gets a pass off over to the wedge, but contested hard, heavily here, taken back by Twang, right back by Nilly, and again now to Kai or Q. I don't know. I'm just going to keep calling him Kai for the moment, just because I'm going to confuse myself otherwise. But Twang Pants takes that disc and backs it out to Damus. And Twang Pants going here. So 3.5 minutes remaining. This is not too dissimilar from that first game on February 27th, Phantoms with Vertigo. I mentioned that second round was only a 3-point differential, 11-8 I believe it was. And still staying pretty close here, but the shot just hitting the corner. Torrent, what a great hit that was. Just another inch to the side, centimeter even, would have been a ding. But Torrent hitting it in the precise place it needed to go. So 5-point game, still 3 minutes and less actually. Off a just great boost and shot there from Phantoms. But you can see Vertigo definitely giving Phantoms a little bit of trouble. I mean, they're making them take these deep shots, and to their credit, they're making some of them here as Sundance hits it. But still, if they can make that, like I said, you'll almost live with it, because Phantoms have been winning anyways, predicated purely almost across these 16 matches. They've been winning almost purely based on 2-point shots, because again, their 3-point game, they haven't had to go to it too much, and at times they have been missing them. So, you know, if I were other teams, I will absolutely live with Phantoms being forced to make those 3-point shots. So if they make them, fair play, and fair play to Phantoms between, I mean, pretty much all their members. They've all been making them. I think every one of them has had a 3-point shot now. Nilly, Maddie, Sundance, Torrin, they've all had some nice 3-point hits. Some of them off backboard, but nonetheless, hits. But I'll live with it. Right, they're going for that shot inside the 2-point area, 6 meters out. It's Phantoms going up 15-5. Now starting to pull away in round 2. Minute 43 left. Vertigo at the joust advantage. And just needing to make some quick moves. So Damus, the first pass over to Twang. Quick one out. Nice rollout here for Vertigo. A lot of passes strung along. That eventually connects. So yeah, nice work there by Vertigo, but eventually the Phantoms defense kind of catching up and starting to make some trouble. Sanch couldn't quite tap off that nest, so will be collected here by Torrin, and Torrin sending it over to the left area, left tunnel. Over here, taken right back by Nilly. And again, so bothering them into the quick passes, seeing if they can get it back. There's Twang Pants. Less than a minute left, so time not going to be enough for these scores, but Damus is still going to try maybe, as that one does go through. So how about that one from Damus? Still trying to come back and close off the gap a little bit as this clock rolls down. But yeah, mathematical time still not quite there. They're going to need, I think, 3 goals here at least, and they're going to need to be 3s. So either or, still going to try and play defense one more time, maybe cause a turnover if they can. There's Torin sending a deep cross, and what a good looking pass, rollout shot, all of the above. Phantoms now 18-8 here in round 2. So about to go up now, 17-0 on the season. And one more just because they can, in fact. So 21-8 here in the second round. Sweep. Vertigo really contesting hard for a solid 7-8 minutes of that second round. But yeah, ultimately, Phantoms coming through at the end there and pulling away with some late shots and some good breakaway goals. So they'll close it off, go up 17 wins on the season, still remain undefeated. Dominance from Phantoms yet again across the records and making some records perhaps. So off to the stats sheet and just see the really nice distribution there. For the Phantoms, 11 apiece, Maddie, Sundance, and Nilly. You have Torin there with 3 points, but 6 assists, so don't be confused by the lack of points from Torin. He was enabling every single player on his team to score those 11 points. 1 save for him as well as the 10 stuns. Over on Vertigo's side, we have Kai, or Q, leading the way with 5 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, 1 steal, 20 stuns. A very impressive stat line from him. Sanch with 2 points, 1 save, 1 steal, 24 stuns. Damus with 3 points, 28 stuns. Twang Pants with 2 points, 1 save, 14 stuns. So just not able to pull away. And, you know, that's been the case for many teams here in Season 1. But still have themselves some nice scores, some good defense, especially in that mid lane. You can see Phantoms, even though they scored more points in round 2 than they did in the first round, I feel like it's more misleading. They definitely had to work much harder for those points. There were a lot more, much more midline plays happening and, you know, ricocheted passes that they were forced into. So Vertigo's still doing an admirable job, but Phantoms, yeah, what can you say? Much respect and very impressed. But yeah, all right, so that will conclude that one. And we still have one more match coming up next here in Europe, and it's going to be Quackheads returning against Vertigo. So going to take the brief intermission once again, and we'll be right back with our final European match of the day. All right, everybody, welcome back one more time here for our European games, our third one of the night, of the afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you for doing so. I'm Palidore. This is VRML Season 1, Week 9. Getting into the thick of things here as we wind down the final month, just about, of the regular season. So, getting there. So for this matchup, we have Vertigo returning hot off the heels of that match against Phantoms. Phantoms remaining undefeated, but a very, very strong effort from Vertigo players there. In the second round especially, much like the first matchup against Phantoms about a month ago, February 27th, same thing. It went to 2 rounds, but Vertigo, a team who still gave them some work. It wasn't just they didn't roll over, they didn't concede anything. They still made them work for the win, and it was round 2, very, very close and entertaining to watch that. So Vertigo and Quackheads both here coming off of a couple losses today, so looking to end this week of matches for them and split the difference, go one-on-one. Of course, only one of these teams can do it, so which one will it be? Back to Quackheads for a minute too, because for Quackheads, for those who tuned in for the match earlier against Vibers, it was Middleman who went off with one of the most unbelievable. Oh, that one just gets missed. Taken here, eventually slapped out by Twang Pants. It's a little bit of a frazzled start there as it gets collected by Gob. But Middleman in that game, just one of the most ridiculous and seriously impressive goalkeeping efforts I've seen in a single match from a player ever. No doubt. As Twang Pants goes in for a pass over. Just missing. But yes, returning here. And trying to, again, capitalize and you know, make a comeback after a tough loss against Vibers. That looked like it was very likely going to a third round until suddenly it wasn't. Some late game scores brought it back for Vibers in that round. So both these teams just trying to gather their thoughts and come out hot. Speaking of Vibers, we see Lime in there, a.k.a. Emil, I can only imagine. Welcome back, if that is indeed you. Oh, teams are opposite. Thanks for pointing that out. That would have been rough had that gone on for more than 1 minute. Thank you. In the clutch as Gobshite gets the touch. So first 2 points there, going the way of Quackheads.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Aries in the chat as well. Well, welcome to everyone joining here from the Vibers and from the Echo community in general, as Middleman takes this disc, goes underneath, and that's very anxious to see if he's still hot on the defensive end or not. I can only imagine, though. He'll provide some highlights pretty much any given game. Twang Pants going for that pass up to Kai and missing it. But rebound maybe just outside the grasp of Sanch, unfortunately. But Damus ready in the right place for a quick cross up top. But no one over on that shoulder to get it, unfortunately. So rebounded to Kai, and Damus takes that over from the anchored position. So nice second chance, third chances from Vertigo players here. As Twang looks to pass it off the anchor, but has it grabbed, so maybe held on to it too long. That's a deep shot. Going to be slightly off from bad internet as Twang looks to recover. Well, the defense playing nearby, just pressure a little bit, and the pass will be off. But the stacks, very quick from Vertigo. Look at all those redirects. They do manage to get the disc, but however, because of the pileup, the 4-player pileup, don't really have anywhere to pass it. Can only look for potential clears. Instead, it goes for a clear shot. Too bad internet. Wide open on the goal, and 5 points here first, favoring Quackheads.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
So in this matchup,
2.
it is Quackheads favored on the connoisseur vote, 27-3. Which I'm surprised by. Not to say that Quackheads aren't favored by any stretch, just more so, you know, Vertigo has been a team who's impressed, and they're definitely capable of winning some good games. And again, they gave work to the Phantoms just the last round, about 15 minutes ago. But yeah, hoping for that close match here. Either or, we'll see what happens, and if the fan vote is true as they go for the shot, and there's the 8 points going the way of Quack. So thus far, Connoisseurs looking right, but again, Vertigo, they've shown that they're definitely capable of competing, and when they're on their game, their passing play is fantastic, and their defense as well. Damus with the rollout, quickly contested by Middleman, able to get the pass, just missing the hands of Kai there, gets stunned by Bad Internet. Middleman 82 with a disc, looking to go up ahead by double digits perhaps. The cross into the goal actually, so the most narrow of windows, and what a hit from Middle. Very nice shot. So Quackhead's coming out with some ferocity. Have not seen an angrier Duck since Ducky rejoined the Discord. In seriousness, welcome back. No shade at all. But yeah, a lot of shots going through. That one just a bit off. As Irony recollects the disc, sends it right back, but Damus is there for the reception. More punches going off. We know Quackheads are a team that loves to punch when they can. And off to the pack area will be contested here. Damus getting there first and sending a clear that just kind of ricochets right back towards them. So another pile-up forming here on this side of the floor. Will be ducked through and taken by a Bad Internet, going for a deep shot, missing that one. And Twang now taking it back for a pass off to Sanch. So Sanch, maybe the open goal, is going to line that up from deep. Is it in? Oh, it is close, but Irony gets there and off that corner, the bottom of the post, and right back to another clear. So Kai with the disc, Twang Pants receiving it off the bounce. Kind of clever maneuvering around the wall there just to make sure that it got to Twang. Now here comes the boost. It's Irony there first. A nice interception, but a great punch from Bad Internet to deny a shot attempt as the boosts go through. There's Bad Internet going 4-1. It's going to be taken by Middleman as well, and he dunks it through. There's the Baker's dozen, 13 points for Quackheads. Coming out in a very, very strong fashion here to open up round one.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The round has begun.
Aries is saying, I'm going to go eat some pineapples. Well, enjoy that. Quite delicious. Fun fact, I'm also kind of allergic to fruits. I'll eat them anyway, but pineapples I'm particularly allergic to. But go enjoy those. They're delicious, for sure. As that slap goes right through and off the barrier, it's more stacks going out. A Ninja Knight wondering if Vertigo's maybe tired. They definitely had their hands full there against Phantoms, as most teams, do experience there. Coming hot off that match. So Bad Internet. Oh, losing the disc. Unfortunate loss, but he actually recollects still. Gets his own miss. Irony Man with some good punches. And will be cleared out to the other side for the moment as the stack comes through and takes it. Middleman, but getting stunned by Kai. There he is. A deep shot attempt. Could it be? Rebounded maybe by Twang, and he's going to find the 2 points. Took about 8 minutes to play or so, but Vertigo gets on the score sheet finally. And just a good boost there to get themselves some points. So Bad Internet receives this one, sends it off to Middle. Very quick roll up by Quackheads here. Nice precision on the passing too, and a shot. Oh, barely off. That was a beautiful roll up by Quackheads. Every pass there just pinpoint precise to designated positions. And that was a good look there from Quack. But Vertigo now trying to attack, get to Bad Internet. Twang Pants just redirecting off a little leech before he finds the boost there with Damus. Kai is there, as well as Irony Man trying to contest that one, slinging it out now to the midline, to the wedge actually, and Middleman gets the disc back. So deep shot attempt Whoa, neither player able to collect that one, at least initially. Bad Internet with some punches. He was doing very good with that over in the Vibers game. And you know what? It gets Gob the goal ultimately. So great brawling from Bad Internet. Helping along Gobshite to collect and find 15 points on the board for them. Quackheads, nice first round, opening up with some fire.
4, 3, 2, 1. Here we
Ninja Knight saying knows someone allergic to bananas. Bananas are the other thing. Pineapples, bananas, watermelons. Those are like the 3 worst ones for me. I still eat them, but they just make me terribly itchy and slightly rashy. Makes breathing a little difficult, but I'm silly and I eat them anyways. And right there, eating up another goal there, Vertigo. It's Damus.
12, 11, 10,
But yeah, I'm not deathly allergic, just mild to moderately depending on the fruit.
4, 3, 2,
So 15 points on the board. Quackhead's looking to score maybe once more with 30 seconds left on the clock. Middleman takes that disc, sends a deep one over to a Gob. A good pass. Again, the passing here from Quackheads has been right on point, just like the shots. Quackheads continuing to rock and roll as we close out this first round. Passing and the shots, very, very accurate. So just staying warm, perhaps, from that match earlier on. But nice effort from them, for sure. So first round going Quackhead's way, 18-4.
and blue takes the win.
Get those stats inputted for you right quick. So off to the highlights screen now, and we'll see leading the way so far is, well, I mean, everyone with some nice stats, but Bad Internet with the 1 point advantage. But otherwise, I mean, look at that good distribution. 6 points for Bad Internet, 5 for Middleman, 4 for Gob, Irony with 3, as well as a couple saves. Surprisingly, Middleman with no saves, but the 5 points. So hey, can do it on both sides of the floor. For Vertigo, 2 points apiece for Twang and Damus, an assist for Twang and 1 for Kai or Q. I'm gonna have to train myself on that name. I'm sorry, but it'll take some time. 2 saves for Kai and 1 steal, 12 stuns. Damus with 16 stuns. Sanch with 1 save, 9 stuns. So put on some stats in the other categories, but unable to get too many points here to start it off. But they still have a full 10 minutes to make up for that and see if they can't contest them and force that round 3. We shall see. So round 2 about to be underway here.
6, 5, 4, 3, 1.
Let's see how this one unfolds. First joust, neither team missing it this time. They're going to get at least the tap out as in the back line, Irony waits along with Gob. Gob, of course, breaking up the stacks, doing a nice job of it. Look at that. Trying to buy some time for his team to collect the disc, but unfortunately they're not. So will be Vertigo taking it back here. Sanch stunned out, couldn't find the disc, but on the other side, you have Damus. Now Twang collects that one. Good pass over to Kai from the barrier. Have a cross potential, 2-on-2. Nice cross, nice shot. Just enough touch on that one to get it to Damus on the reception. So 2 points first for Vertigo on a lovely delivery.
7, 6, 5, 4.
About 30 seconds in to that first neutral joust.
Teams have cleared the line.
So Quackheads on the rollout. They already impressed with the earlier passing on those rollouts. But Damus doing some damage here and causing a turnover based off a good steal. So there's the boost coming in. Bad Internet with it. Gets a partial clear off to the other side and will be found eventually by Sanch, but taken away by Bad Internet. Coming in with a shot. Couldn't connect, but maybe rebound here. Actually, an interception. Another deep shot taken, but not made. And some more punches at play. Coming up in bunches, as always, here with Quackheads.
Intercepted.
But end of the day, it will be Quackheads retaining. Bad Internet looking for this shot, and that one does just bounce in. Good hit from Bad Internet.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
So Bad Internet bears mentioning, of course, coming in here as a sub. At least unless he joined as a full-time member of the roster. They did have a couple new joins, but looking at the roster right now, yeah, not a fully roster member. So Bad Internet, formerly of Toxic Units and the Jesters, coming in and just supplying some good efficiency here for the teams he's sub for. He's been in a couple matches now as a sub. As this one goes in for him again. Speaking of the man, he's up now 6-2 for his team here. Very nice effort from Bad Internet, getting the open goal.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
And thus far, he is up to 12 points. Need we say more?
Teams have cleared the line.
Just having a killer game himself here offensively.
Downfield.
So roll up from Sanch. Oh, what a tight shot that would have been. I mean, look at that. How much interference you'd have to weave that shot through, and still almost got it. Twang Pants on the other end, good positioning, gets the rebound off that miss. Now just maneuvering around, looking for that passing play, but Quackheads were definitely ready for it. You can see them both at barrier there, eyeing and just waiting for that pass to go through, so good recognition. But Vertigo does get it right back. There's Damus in the back line, mid-line, forcing it into a soft bounce that does get to Kai. And back to Twang, ducking through, sending a pass as well. Really like the passing here from Vertigo. I told you, when they're on, but middleman, he's on. Right on point on the grab with a save again. Shockingly, maybe his first one of this series, I think. But nonetheless, getting a good grab there, and Kai back for Vertigo on the offense yet again. This time had a chance at the one-on-one play, but couldn't handle the pass. But another rebound. Vertigo ever resilient. That's been a constant theme for their team, just these rebounded plays, getting a lot of opportunities. And similarly for Quackheads, though, they're taking advantage of their opportunities in this one, in this match. But there's Twang Pants right back, going for the clear. As the boosts come on through, just bothering heavily once again. So Kai with a deep one, just sailing past the hands and right up above on the ceiling. Few players there for Vertigo trying to contest it, but Gob just gets another steal and another clear. Always active on the defense. And now on the shot, just barely gonna miss that one, but perfect placement, actually rebounded, but then loses it off that wall, or tries to shield himself, thinking maybe a player was right on him. So losing the disc, and Sanch takes that deep shot, potentially, but Gob shot right back. So back to the hot potato play for the moment, as it goes right through both teams, forcing these quick passes and these quick clears, kind of resulting in a ping pong of possessions. The Twang Pants coming away with it, trying to duck through a move, but that doesn't work out for him that time. Quackhead's well aware, just kind of ducking with him and making sure to accommodate. So as yet more stuns go off and the stacks recollect themselves, we're going for a clear and boost play there, Damus and Twang. But look who met him right there, it's Bad Internet and Gob. Good speed. See Ninja Knight in the chat saying Vertigo have had more possessions but keep getting hit with counters. Yeah, you can see on a lot of these, they're really, Quackhead's, diving up on, or I should say accommodating for the dives on some of these players. And just as well on some of these cross passes that Vertigo's trying to send over to like barrier and that area. Quackheads has been doing a nice job countering and cutting that off as well, so absolutely. Definitely for Quackheads coming in with a game plan, trying to deny some of these passes, because right now Vertigo, they're trying for them, and they're getting a lot of these passes through, but anytime it starts getting close to that bubble, they're really dealing a lot of damage and cutting him off with play after play. There it is again, so cutting him off, sending a clear, and see if they can get the stacks. I think that was the same case in the Vibers game for Quackheads as they go for a shot nicely. Bad Internet continues to burn hot. 15 points across the 2 rounds. But yeah, that was a similar theme in the game Quackheads versus Vibers just earlier on, where Quackheads was playing some very nice defense. It's just more so the clears and getting back to the disc first on the other side they were having trouble with, especially in the first round. The second round, less so. But yeah, Quackheads, I don't think anyone doubts their defensive capability, their brawling capability. Just more so on the other end, being able to get that speed, get to the disc first, and find those plays. At the moment, Gob will take that one as Irony splits off towards the nest area, so good positioning from them. A soft pass, tough angle, bad internet trying to contest with Kai. Kai ducks on through and sends it through, but intercepted by middle. So again, just great positioning by Quackheads there defensively to get the disc back for them this time. And now they're going to go back on offense. They have Gobshite up high, going for the cut, and they'll go for that goal, 11-2. Quackheads starting to pull away a bit. Still a couple minutes remaining, 2:30. But a good lead here for Quack, starting to build the momentum. But we said something similar in round 2 versus Vibers. So now for Quackheads, it's about playing to that advantage. Not conceding any three-point shots and just managing that the clock, the time. And if they can do that, they'll be good here. So we'll see how this unfolds. 2 minutes remaining. And yeah, Ninja's saying bad internet's a nice sub for them. Absolutely. He is just having a dominant performance as that shot slowly rolls right past. Back to Gobshite. Gets a clear. So very nice clear there. Gets off into the mid lane and takes some bounces actually as Gob retains. And back on the offense, 1:42. Trying for a very deep pass, does get to Irony. Irony dodging through one defender, trying to shoot over the second, and in a hot second, he gets the goal. 13-2, great moves there from Irony. Going with the bold 2-on-1, but feeling confident and managed to slice it through via the backboard. So 13-2. Quackhead's in a much better position now in this second round to close this series out. See, we got Sanch coming up here. Kai going for the goalies. Just knowing how on fire that they've been inside the bubble, just trying to deal some damage if they can. Very tough to contest, for sure. But a good clear will go through as the stacks now. A very nice speed from Quack and bad internet. He's a bad, bad man. Going for 16 points here on Quackhead's side of the floor and 18 points individually across the 2 rounds. What a strong performance that bad internet has had. For as good as Middleman was defensively in the earlier match versus Vibers, it's kind of the inverse for bad internet again. So he's up to 20 points now. But yeah, strong game there from Quackheads. They will complete the sweep. 18-2 in round 2. Which actually does meet their totals from that last round. Also scoring 18 points there. All right, so as we make our way to the stats screen there. There we go. Had to get the percentages in, sorry about that. But we have 20 points. Again, bad internet leading the way with a strong offensive effort, without a doubt. Gobshite, Irony in middle, all contributing some nice scores in there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but at the end of round 1, all these players were pretty similar on the scoring end of things. Like it was pretty close. Round 2, bad internet just went off and scored almost all the points. Just about, it seems like, anyways. But yeah, and then the saves. Everyone there on Quackheads with some saves in the way. Gobshite and Irony with 3 assists apiece, and then the absolute smattering of stuns across the board for their team as well. Over for Vertigo was Twang Pants with 2 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal, 21 stuns. Filling up the stat sheet. Damus with 4 points, 1 steal, 29 stuns. Sanch with the 2 saves, 23 stuns. And then Kai /Q with 2 assists, 2 saves, 1 steal, 30 stuns. I'm going to get that clarified. I'm going to make sure. And in fact, for Season 2, I'm going to send out a survey to every player, and whether they fill it out or not, their choice. But I'm going to send a survey out, and I'm going to make sure everyone tells me, if they can, how their names are pronounced and all that other stuff. I'm going to come back, and I'm not going to have a single mistake in Season 2. I'm calling it now. Just kidding. That is a very lofty expectation that I probably won't live up to, but we'll try in any case. So with that said, though, that is the end of this match and the end of our European matches for the day. We had 3 of them streamed. We also had 1 challenge match that was off stream, I do believe, between Watchin' Weebs and Team Gecko again. They had faced off in a great match the other day, went to 3 rounds. So apologies that we couldn't get them streamed, just kind of an overlap there, and it was actually scheduled rather last minute, I think. So either way, had 4 matches, 3 of them streamed, 2 Quackhead games, 2 Vertigo games. It was Quack ultimately who came through, splitting these series for the day, going 1-1 for their week here. So congrats to them on their success. Their record will now improve to, I believe, 9-10. Currently says, actually no, 9-9. I think I accommodated for that because they did have that loss earlier. So either way, they'll improve their record there for Vertigo. Taking a look at theirs, factoring in that the Phantoms game isn't actually included in there yet, so they will go to 9-9, I believe. So they're going to be evened up at that 500 mark for Season 1. So congrats on that victory to Quack. For everyone who watched today, thank you for viewing. Ninja says challenge match is on Thursday. Isn't today Thursday? Today is Thursday. You mean a different Thursday or Friday? Here, I'll actually pull up the schedule, either or. We can take a look at it. Yes, so don't see it on the schedule there. Maybe the scores were already recorded. Well, actually, let me scroll a little bit and take a look, because I'm curious now. Okay, yeah, so it does seem like it did occur, in fact, the same time there as that Quackheads Vibers game. Yeah, the score's already inputted. It was a narrow win in 3 rounds. So, oh man, I'm sad that we had to miss that on stream, but 3-round victory to Watching Weebs there. Only a 2-point differential, 25-23 on the total score. So that was definitely a close one. Ninja say, isolation's got you going crazy. You thought it was Tuesday. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Today is indeed Taco on Thursday. It's Thursday, folks. It's Thursday. It happens, though. It's happened to me a few times over the season, so don't worry. You're not alone in that either. The days do tend to mesh together when we're all inside all the time, yeah? But yes, so looking at that schedule nonetheless, later on in the day we have Infinite versus Team Joker. That'll be at 5:30 Mountain Time, 7:30 Central, or in other words, about 4 hours and 22 minutes from right now. Then we have Ignite and Nova, Wireless Jacks versus Guinness, 18 and under versus Invictus. Challenge match between There Is No Team and Skull Crusaders, and then finally 6 Foot Over versus Chaos. So a lot of games coming up in North America. 30 teams in NA active this week, so a lot of matches for sure, and most of them being scheduled towards the latter half of this week. So it'll be plenty busy later on and for the next 3 or 4 days. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Ninja saying the days do mesh together when you don't go to bed till 9 a.m. Yeah, I feel you there. I'm waking up usually every day around 10 or so. I go to sleep generally between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. It honestly depends. Some days I can't sleep, but usually around 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'll fall asleep, and then I'll have an alarm set for like 10:30 a.m. Because right around then, most days, I have the European matches, so I try to wake up early for those each day and then just make up for it later with like a nap in the mid-afternoon or something. But yeah. All right, so I think that will do it for now. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And the Twitch chat there for all the company, Ninja and Aries earlier, as well as Lime stepping in, and Swift, Meatballer earlier on in the day. Plenty of people. Glad to see. Thanks for watching. I've been Palidore. This has been VRML Week 9 of Season 1. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and we'll see you again really soon.